It is insane, you know. We got 2,000 emails that day of people asking for costumes. Like, hey, I love that dress you made your daughter. I want one.
He's known as the Designer Daddy.
Designer Daddy.
Designer Daddy. All right.
Designer Daddy, we got you in the house.
What's up?
Let's
How you
go.
doing? So it started about 7 years ago. I was working retail. I was pretty miserable, you know. I wasn't enjoying what I was doing, and it's just, you know, passionless, I guess. But the thing is, like, my wife has been encouraging me to like follow my dreams, you know, which is designing and sewing and all that stuff. I was too scared to do it. Sometimes you have to find out the hard way, you know. We came to a point in our life where I lost my job, we lost our home, and we just had our third child. Our choice was, do I just keep doing this, or do I venture in something different? And my wife told me, we have nothing to lose now. And that's it. We have literally nothing to lose. This is your moment. We were staying at a motel with 2 toddlers and a 3 weeks old baby. We went to the temple. I would watch the kids while she would do a session, and then she would come out and watch the kids while I go in. And we did it for over a week, every single day. Every single time the Lord was like, this is what you need to do. This is what you need to do. And I was just being stubborn. I started designing dresses for my little girl, and in a week, it's just a matter of a week, it took off. We went to Disneyland because we had our little passes before we lost everything.
You still had season passes?
Yeah,
Oh,
we still
that's a
had the season
blessing.
passes. I'm like, okay, this is awesome, you know, like the hotel is not such a fun place to hang out in, but we have our season pass that's already paid off. We're just gonna like bring sandwiches to the park and just hang out there. A much safer environment for the children anyway. So I remember I had like a scrap fabric of like blue and pink. And I'm like, I'm gonna make my daughter something cool, you know, like so a lot of the girls at the park, they would all, you know, get dolled up, dress up. I made her a fairy godmother dress because that kind of matched the colors that I have. And we went and saw Cinderella, and it was a blast. Everybody was like, oh my gosh, this is crazy, you know, like where did you find that dress? And everybody was freaking out. Everybody's asking for my social media handle, and they didn't have any. I'm like, let me make one right now. So I was like trying to figure it out. I'm like, okay, Designer Daddy, that's what I'm gonna do. So I posted her photo in there, and the following day we got a person that played Cinderella at the park, and she was like, Ace, I met your daughter. Her costume was incredible, and I have a friend that's opening up a princess company, and we would be interested in hiring you to design the costumes. I'm like, that sounds good, because I have nothing to do. Mm-hmm. We are staying at a motel. Following day I met up with them, and they basically just wrote up a check like, here's $10,000. I want you to start sewing. Whatever your heart desire, just create something amazing and beautiful. And I started posting whatever I was making for them. My Instagram following started like going crazy in a matter of like months. You know, it was going crazy. We were able to get our little apartment and a better sewing machine. A few months we were at like 20 or 30K. One day, you know, my daughter and her friends decided they wanted to go to a play date at Disneyland, and they had like a little theme going on. I was gonna make her like, you know, her little blue peasant dress. My wife challenged me. She was like, you know what? I want you to like do something creative, make it transform or something. You can't just make it something basic, you know? And so that was the first time I made a transformation dress, and I got a phone call the following day from Business Insider. Be like, hey, can we interview you? I'm like, okay, sounds good. And then all of a sudden I got a phone call from Disney, I got a phone call from Yahoo, I got a phone call from like 15 other companies that called me the same day. I'm like, where do you even get my phone number? You know, like what? After they posted the video of that dress that I made for my daughter, our story of how we started, you know, we went from like 40K on Instagram to like 150 in one day. And you know, like the video they made like had 18 million views in one day. I'm like, this is crazy. We got 2,000 emails that day of people asking for costumes. Like, hey, I love that dress you made your daughter. I want one. I was just like, oh my gosh, this is incredible. This is amazing. And now, you know, we get to do what we love doing. We get to post it on our social media and provide for my family. And just because I listen, literally like the leap of faith. I just have to trust what God wants me to do, and I just did, and I'm glad I did. And that's something I will never ever deny. I will never ever take for granted, you know. So now whenever God tells me to do something, I just have to do it. It's still not easy, you know, it's still not easy because sometimes he doesn't tell you how, or he won't tell you the end result. You just have to do it, and then you will find out. And it's so much greater than what you expect.